Garfield and Kung Fu Panda, the Lazy Scroll. One sunny day in the Valley of Peace, Po, the Kung Fu Panda, was enjoying a delicious meal of dumplings at his favorite restaurant. Suddenly, a mysterious gust of wind blew through the valley, and a strange scroll appeared right in front of Po. The scroll was glowing with a faint, otherworldly light, and it seemed to be calling out to him. But before Po could even reach for the scroll, it vanished in a puff of smoke. Po was extremely confused and a bit disappointed. He wondered what this mysterious scroll was and where it had gone. Little did he know that at the same time, in the faraway town where Garfield the cat lived, the same scroll had just landed right on top of his food bowl. Garfield, who was busy stuffing his face with lasagna, looked up at the scroll in annoyance. "What's this? A piece of paper getting in the way of my food?" he mumbled, but as he tried to push it aside, the scroll unrolled itself and a strange voice came from it. "You are chosen, Garfield, to unlock the secrets of the Lazy Scroll." Garfield just yawned. "Lazy? That's my middle name. But I'm too busy eating to deal with any secrets." However, the scroll seemed to have a mind of its own. It wrapped itself around Garfield and started dragging him out of the house. Garfield was kicking and meowing all the way, but he couldn't break free. Meanwhile, Po was on a mission to find the lost scroll. He asked Master Shifu for advice, and Master Shifu told him that the scroll was said to hold great power, but it also had a dark side. If it fell into the wrong hands, it could bring chaos to the world. Po set off on his journey, following the faint magical trail left by the scroll. Garfield, on the other hand, was being taken to a dark and spooky cave. Inside the cave, there was an ancient spirit who had been guarding the Lazy Scroll for centuries. The spirit told Garfield that he was the one who could balance the power of the scroll. But Garfield was still not interested. "I just want to go home and sleep on my couch," he said. The spirit then showed Garfield a vision of what would happen if the scroll's power was misused. There were scenes of the Valley of Peace being destroyed, and all the animals living in fear. Garfield started to realize that maybe this was more important than his daily naps and lasagna. Just then, Po arrived at the cave. He saw Garfield and the scroll and immediately thought that Garfield was trying to steal it. "Hey, you! Give me that scroll!" Po shouted. Garfield, annoyed, replied, "I didn't ask for this thing. It dragged me here." A small scuffle broke out between Po and Garfield. Po tried to grab the scroll, and Garfield held on tight, not because he wanted it, but because he didn't want Po to think he was a bad guy. In the middle of the fight, the scroll started to glow brighter and brighter, and a dark energy started to seep out. The ancient spirit quickly intervened. "Stop! You two must work together to unlock the scroll's true power and seal its dark side." Po and Garfield looked at each other, both a bit embarrassed. They decided to put aside their differences and cooperate. Po used his kung fu skills to protect Garfield from the dark energy that was trying to break free from the scroll. Garfield, in turn, used his lazy but clever nature to figure out the clues on the scroll. As they worked together, they discovered that the key to unlocking the scroll was to find a balance between laziness and action. They had to perform a series of tasks. First, they had to take a long nap together in a special spot in the cave. This was Garfield's favorite part. After the nap, they had to do a quick and powerful kung fu move at the same time. Po showed Garfield the basic moves, and Garfield surprisingly picked them up quite well. As they completed each task, the scroll's dark energy started to fade away. Finally, they reached the last step. They had to combine their unique powers, Po's kung fu and Garfield's laid-back attitude, to seal the dark side of the scroll forever. With a huge burst of energy, they succeeded. The scroll's dark side was sealed, and it transformed into a beautiful, golden light that filled the cave. The ancient spirit was very pleased. "You two have done well. You have shown that even the laziest and the most energetic can work together for the greater good." Po and Garfield were relieved. Po invited Garfield to come back to the Valley of Peace with him. Garfield, thinking about all the new food he could try, happily agreed. Back in the Valley of Peace, Po and Garfield became great friends. They taught the other animals the importance of finding a balance in life. Sometimes it's okay to be lazy and take a break, but when there's a problem, you have to be ready to take action. This story teaches us that we all have different qualities, and by working together and combining our strengths, we can overcome any challenge. Whether you're as energetic as Po or as lazy as Garfield, There's a place for you in making the world a better place. We should never judge others based on their appearance or habits, because everyone has something valuable to offer. And most importantly, we should always be ready to step up and do the right thing, even if it means stepping out of our comfort zones.